So here's a 10-minute video to help you to build capacity for safety in your body. If you've already listened to the intro, then the actual exercise starts here. But I wanted to explain that when you're healing from unhealed trauma from the past, there are two parts to healing. There's the cognitive and somatic education that we have to have. And then there's the somatic exercises that we also have to do so that we help our mind and our body to begin doing this work together. I liken it to I can learn a recipe and I can watch how it's made. And as I'm doing so, I'm like, ooh, that's going to be delicious, right? I get it cognitively. I understand and expect it to be good. But when I taste that meal, that's when my body's like, now I get it. That really is good. It's the learning and the experiencing of the body together that completes the experience. And it's the same thing when we're healing. We need both parts. So this is 10 minutes of building capacity for safety. Now, full transparency. Capacity for safety sounds great, sounds amazing. It sounds safe, right? What could go wrong? We're building capacity for safety. Well, if you have a traumatized nervous system, especially if you lived in an environment where every time you were safe, in other words, you were still, you were peaceful, you were happy, something bad happened at that moment, then safety is registered as threat in your body, which means as you're building capacity for safety, you're going to start noticing those danger signals from your nervous system. And so as you're doing this exercise, if you start to feel too much emotion, that it feels too overwhelming, that's not a sign that you're doing something wrong. And it's not a sign that you're broken beyond repair. But it is a sign that you might need some more personalized help instead of just a video in order to get the co-regulation needed to build that capacity. So just keep that in mind as you're doing this exercise. The biggest mistake we can make is we start to get dysregulated doing an exercise. We start getting flung into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, but we push ourselves to keep doing it because after all, we need to build the capacity for safety. That's the worst thing we can do because the dysregulation is a sign that you're above your capacity. You're not meeting your body where it's at. And to fully understand capacity, make sure you watch this video so that you're making sure that as you're doing this work, you're working together with your body, meeting it where it's at. That being said, let's dive in. For those that don't know me, my name is Michelle. I'm a somatic experiencing practitioner and the founder of the School of Transformation, which I consider to be like nervous system rehab. As a trauma survivor myself, I know exactly what it's like to have to rewire your whole nervous system so that instead of staying stuck in protection, you can step into authenticity and connection. And I teach everything that I learned along the way in the School of Transformation. So if you're looking to do the inner work to heal in a community, I invite you to check out the School of Transformation. There's currently a 30% off sale, giving you 7 to 9 meetings each month for only $77. Here's the link for you to check it out. So let's begin. First, be sure that you'll be uninterrupted for the next 10 minutes and make sure you have a pillow nearby as a resource. Close your eyes and feel the weight of your body in your chair. Notice the air on your skin. Feel your sit bones and the backs of your legs where they make contact with the chair. We're going to inhale to the count of 4 and exhale to the count of 8, making the ha sound. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ha. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now begin breathing at a pace that's comfortable for you. And now we're going to massage our ears, almost like you're unrolling the folds of your ears, slowly starting at the top and making your way all the way to your earlobes before doing it again. My eyes are starting to water right now, and I'm noticing just my parasympathetic kicking on. You may notice the same thing. You may notice yourself starting to yawn. Take a moment to glance to the right and to the left, noticing where the tension starts and not pushing beyond that point. Now bring your right ear to your right shoulder and look up and to the left, gently. And as an optional add-on, you can also gently lift up and out the top of your ear and just hold it. You want to stay in this position until you yawn. And then bring your head back to center and do the other side. And now looking left and right again, notice how the range has changed. And now close your eyes and take a moment to scan your body. And what you want to look for are any places in your body that are still neutral or just hanging out. Check in with your ears, your lips, your pinky toe. It doesn't matter how small, but finding micro spaces that are still neutral or just hanging out. And as you're doing so, you may notice areas of tension, areas of bracing, areas of activation. And see if you can just notice those areas with curiosity as you continue to then scan your body for other areas of stillness, neutrality, or places that are just hanging out. As you build capacity for safety, then you can make space to be with the activation. But right now we're focusing on safety. And now take a moment to grab your pillow and place it in front of your torso in your heart space. And we're going to do gentle rocking. You can rock either left to right or forward and back. As we're rocking while holding a pillow, we're stimulating multiple sensory systems: our vestibular system, our proprioceptive, and our tactile system. We're also sending signals through the brainstem to calm and organize brain activity. And this is so helpful when we're trying to feel more regulated, grounded, and relaxed. And as we come to a close, it's time to stretch. Really feel your space, get a little movement in your body, wringing out your spine gently. You just gave your body 10 minutes of safety. High five. And remember, if working on a somatic level is something you're interested in doing live instead of just through recordings, make sure you come check out the School of Transformation. We meet live weekly on Zoom and we do the inner work together.